Yeah, I would ask and implore you to not go about it at all, actually, and build a feature phone app rather, a Java app. The numbers are pretty staggering. Less than 1% of Africa have an iPhone. I think the global number is 20% of people have got smartphones. There are 378 million Nokia Series 40 phones sold a year, and only 200 million iPhones in the market in its entire history globally. So the numbers are pretty staggering. 65% of the African market is Nokia. So why would you not just build a Nokia app? And the OV store is desperate for apps, so it makes complete sense to do that. So I would stay away from the iPhone. I'd optimize for the iPhone, but I'd stay away from it as a core platform. There's some interesting things to remember when thinking about feature phone and smartphone. Economically, a $100 iPhone is, $100 smartphone is not going to change anything, because $100 is still 800 Rand, and 800 Rand is like a quarter of someone's salary on a monthly basis. When you choose between feeding your child or buying a smartphone, you're going to feed your child. On top of it, most South Africans share electricity boxes, so there's no ways that I'm going to allow my neighbor to charge their iPhone every day when it's eating up my electricity. Airtime is still too expensive on a data way, and even if airtime becomes cheaper, smartphones use more airtime because you do more stuff with them. You download more apps, you're active on Twitter and Facebook and browsing. It costs more money, even if the cost of data comes down. So there's multiple of anomalies before you get to a point where smartphones become pervasive in our markets, most of which is the product perception. An app on a feature phone to a feature phone user is as effective as an app on a smartphone to a smartphone user. What you don't know, you don't know. So why would a feature phone user want a 9,000 Rand cell phone when their 500 Rand or 300 Rand cell phone does the same thing? The Nokia Express Music is the biggest selling handset in Africa and South Africa, and the Samsung E250. Any Series 40 Nokia phone, Series 60 Nokia phone, Nokia controls 65% of the market. So if you want mass, make sure it works on Nokia and you're golden. Yeah, the US is still, I mean, maybe not 60% now, maybe more than 50%, but 50 to 60% still feature phone. And it's interesting that the hype has just completely overrun the industry. So people, marketers, advertisers, apps, platforms, startups are all building iPhone-only stuff, which is just mind-bending. They're ignoring 60% of the market. If you're a smart startup or campaign in the States, you'd target the bottom end of the market, go after the feature phone and wrap it up. I think the only place in the world that's doing QR codes right is Japan, and that's because they make building-sized QR codes that when you walk past them, you don't lose them. QR codes just don't make sense in our markets. When a smartphone or feature phone comes out with a QR code reader built into the camera, then absolutely QR codes will be a killer technology. Right now though, they're not. You have to choose which QR code reader to choose, then download it, and with our reception of Vodacom's wonderful abilities, it takes you an hour. Once you've downloaded it, you have to go back to the pole to go and find it, and then it takes too long. SMS is the way to go. SMS is dead, long live SMS. It's so much better. Yeah, so Google a couple of months ago released Gmail via SMS. I'm not quite sure on the technicalities, but it's an astounding thing that if Google believes that SMS is a strong enough technology to launch email on, surely your advertising campaign can do SMS somehow better than you're doing it right now.